So, I am worried that I may not be able to play soon. My cat chewed on my mouse cord and I got it to work again, but if I can't get another one before this one completely quits on me, I can't play. I play left-handed and it's extremely hard for some reason to obtain the mouse that I use. They don't stock it very often, if at all, and I really should have bought an extra one because of this reason. I have done so in the past, and there was a very long wait for whenever I needed a new mouse previously, and you'd think I would have learned from that, because on the other one, everything worked, but the scroll wheel, like, went out on me, and it would, like, double and triple scroll, so I basically couldn't use that mouse. Now that I have this one, it has worked great. There's been no problems with it, but yeah, my cat chewed on it, and so now I need a new one. And as I'm looking to try to get a new one, I can't get one. Like, I have to risk buying one off of eBay and hoping that they don't scam me or give me one that's like been heavily used and is no good. But yeah, I may not be able to record, which sucks. That's partially why this one's gonna go up late. But yeah, I guess I could talk about like how I play left-handed, why I play left-handed. Uh, it's nothing like super sad or like interesting. I just play left-handed just 'cause. I know some people have to because of, medical reasons or what have you. I have just always learned that way. I think my dad just learned that way, and for some reason, he taught me and my sister to play that way. And I guess I could do the grueling process of retraining my brain and hands to play right-handed, but I really don't want to. I don't play as often as I used to, so it would take me a very long time. Not to mention my aim would take a very long time to get good, as good as it is now. I really don't want to have to do that. So I play with the Razer Naga, and my keybinds are probably very goofy. And I really do want to make a video on like, hey, left-handed players, if you play left-handed, you should use this mouse because I 100% think this is the best mouse. It lets you play uh, probably better than most right-handed players, which right-handed players, you can get this mouse, and I do recommend getting it, but most people don't use this mouse because they don't like how many buttons there are on it, and I get that. If you squeeze your mouse in a certain way, you're going to be pressing the buttons. There is a learning curve to it, but I highly recommend that you learn to use this mouse because it is extremely helpful, not only for just like having keybinds quick and easy, but for left-handed players, sprinting in games is very awkward if you play the way that I do. I play on WASD, but my jump and my crouch are switched. I play spacebar is crouch and jump is left control. So it's switched that way because your hand is switched. Now, everybody uses shift to sprint, right? Well, I don't think that that's good because you always want to be able to have fingers on WASD so you can always do something with the certain exceptions, like using an ability or an ultimate in a game. Like, for the most part, that doesn't matter if you can't move right or left when you're ulting or using an ability, 9 times out of 10, right? But something as crucial as sprinting, and you do it all the time, you don't want to ever have to take your fingers off a WASD when you sprint. So having this mouse allows me to rebind shift to one of the buttons on the side of the mouse. So I just squeeze my mouse. I have it on 5. I could show a picture of the mouse so it makes sense. I squeeze 5 to sprint, right? And another thing that is extremely helpful for not only games like Minecraft where you need to like select certain things, but almost every single game is gonna have some kind of inventory, even if it's simple like Call of Duty. You need to switch weapons, and in my opinion, once again, taking your fingers off a WASD like most people do, you don't have to do that with this mouse. Most games only have about 3 weapons, which is your primary, secondary, and melee, or sometimes a side pistol, or, you know, with exceptions. But for the most part, primary, secondary, melee. So if you have 1 as your primary, 2 as your secondary, and 3 as your melee, we'll use Apex for an example. This is how you will be immensely better than most people, because in Apex, you will be in a corner, right? You're shooting. Now, if you're good at Apex, or if you played Apex for a long time, you know that movement is king in this game, and you always want to capitalize off of your damage. So when you're peeking, you want to be able to put away your weapon so you can slide, jump, get in, and swap weapon, and shoot, and move, and do. You got to do all this. So how do you keep WASD? You put it on 1, 2, 3 on the side buttons of the mouse, so you can do whatever you want and switch 1, 2, 3, and you can WASD the whole time, no matter which way you're going. And this is why I say even right-handed players can get this mouse, and it will immensely improve uh, your survivability, in my opinion, or your ability to capitalize on kills in first-person shooters. But not only that, but you can also, now me personally, I only use 6 buttons for the most part. You can bind all 12 if you really want to. I tried to do so in the past, and I just found that 9 times out of 10 I don't use the other buttons. I really only use 6, and sometimes I'll use the bottom ones for certain things like auto run and like uh, I think PUBG or something like that had an auto run, and I bound it to one of the bottom buttons, like 10 or 12, one of the two. You know, something that I don't really use that often, but I can reach down and press it instead of having to reach all the way across my keyboard to press auto run, you know. But I have heal in Apex set to 4, and in most games I have it set to 4, which is right above sprint for me. 6 is pretty rare that I'll use this, but I do use it in certain games. Like, for example, some games have very weird controls. I don't know if y'all have played Space Marine, and I haven't played that much of it, so this may change. I'm having to try to figure out how to put all my keybinds on while still having like what I want to what keybinds. And I may change this because it's very awkward, the button I have on parry right now. I may change that to 6 because I can still sprint if I need to stop sprint and then parry as I'm about to be attacked, and I can parry an attack. I can just press 6. I didn't really think about that at the time, but that'd probably be a really good keybind. Also, like Marvel Rivals, you have quite a few abilities, and that just gives you more breathing room to put your keybinds on whatever you want. If you want them all on your mouse, I wouldn't recommend it. You can, so that you definitely would never have to take your fingers off a WASD. But I will also say, if you do get this mouse and start going crazy with rebinding to the mouse, like I was saying in the beginning, it is really not as important to rebind certain abilities and your ultimate, for example, is 9 times out of 10 if you're playing Marvel Rivals or even Apex Legends or any of those games, you're not going to be in a position where you really have to be moving like crazy as you're ulting. So don't really think that you have to have everything on your mouse button. But I do think that having your weapon swap and your sprint off of the keyboard and onto your mouse helps you immensely. So, long tangent done. I really need this mouse, as you can see. I have played with this mouse since probably 2014, if not like sooner than that. I've played with this mouse for over a decade, right? I really don't want to have to relearn on a mouse. Not to mention, like I said, I really don't have the time anymore. I'm barely able to play as is. I used to clock in at least, 30-ish hours in a week or so, around about. It was almost like a second job, like how much I played, right? Now, I'm lucky if I get 10 to 20 hours in, So it would take me twice, if not triple, the length of time to, oh wow, I've never seen that. If they have helmets, they don't burn in the sun. That's funny. But yeah, it would take me double, if not triple, the amount of time to relearn, and I really, really don't want to go through that process. So I don't know if anybody is gonna watch this that is gonna actually be working for Razer or like can help push along the process of making more. I don't know. Anybody that can help, that'd be great because I really need this mouse. Not to mention the last one that I got, I swear it was an upgrade from the previous one that I had because the cord has, I don't even really know what kind of material on it. It's like a nicer material, I guess. It's supposed to help not uh, get tangled and loop up on itself as much, and it's great. I love it. But yeah, at this point, kind of just rambling it again. I'm gonna end it with that one. Let me know what you guys like play setup is. Like, are you a right-handed and you just play normal and this sounds very odd to you? Or do you have a weird setup too? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. Some people have some very, very odd setups. You'd be amazed. Some people use trackballs still, and you know, like I said, some people have medical issues where they have to do that. But yeah, it's super interesting to hear how people play games. Just let me know down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.